Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of the GXP podcast, episode 9 to be exact. This guy over here is Maverick Graham. To my other side is Megan.
And to your other side.
And yes, the other side of Megan, he's not a ghost. He's real. He exists.
He's the same color.
This might actually be Mark's ghost. We haven't checked.
It is Mark.
They all look alike to me.
From the dead. So yeah, we're all back.
Try me.
First time of the year that we've all been together.
Yay.
On camera.
Intimately.
Before we get started, since Mark has not been here for a while, would you like to talk about what was your game of the year?
My game of the year. Out of all the games I played last year, I'd say if I was to go down, my favorite would probably be The Witcher 3.
Boo.
Hands down.
Burger. Boo.
Witcher 3 is amazing. I played the crap out of that game. As you know, it was probably the game I played the most. I put in like 200 hours into that game.
Yeah, me too.
I actually even went back and played it again. I liked it so much I wanted to do just different choices in certain missions. So, yeah, that'd be my number one. Number two, it's hard. I didn't play a lot of games last year. Like a lot of the new titles, I haven't really sunk in a lot of Fallout time. Still don't like Fallout, though. I'm not a Fallout person. I realized that. But I really like Tomb Raider a lot. Tomb Raider would be up there in the top 3, probably. But yeah, I mean, I would say I'll just stick with The Witcher for now. The Witcher's a great game. It was my favorite game. We can move the conversation forward.
Sure. I'm just curious, what was your favorite game? It's all since they all heard ours.
I listened to you guys' as well.
Oh, you do care.
He pretends.
Mine were cheap.
Yours were. I was like,
Mine were cheap.
Yeah. Oh.
hey, balling on a budget.
Yeah.
That's what game is about sometimes.
Hey, my number one game was new to me, you guys.
That's a great game. No.
It's fucking great.
New to me. I've never played it.
No, that's not what she said. Moving on. So now that we talked about our favorite games of last year.
Let's talk about our least.
I mean, if you want to. No.
No.
We're going to do...
I don't want to hate on like just bash games right now.
We're
gonna tell you, this game fucking sucked.
Our producers ready for this? Game designers?
We're going to talk about games that we're excited for this year that are supposed to come out. Now, these are ones that have tentatively been given a 2016 release date. So, Maverick, I'm going to get you over with first because I know what you're going to say.
What the hell does that mean?
Because I know what
Oh
game
god,
you're
I know what
say.
he's gonna say too. I just noticed.
So,
Are we just going one of our...
We can do a few. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 again, just like our game of the years.
All right. Well, before I start talking, last week I said I was going to start a thing every podcast. So this week, it's hard to tell on the logo here, but you can kind of see the hat. That's an M&M. Don't mind that. I'm representing here the Big Cat Rescue, which is located in Tampa, Florida. It is the largest accredited exotic cat rescue in the nation. And it's a really big thing, and especially in Florida because the exotic pet trade is huge and people get a lot of like exotic cats and then they get big and they don't know what to do with them. So they need a sanctuary to kind of save them and keep them from just...
They should send them to me.
Dying. They could send them to Megan because Megan's absolutely got the capacity to maintain about 10 tigers in her place.
She will pay shipping.
I'll pay for the shipping.
She'll pay for the shipping. That's fine. We'll put them in an envelope. Call it good. But yeah, so the Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, if you live in that area, if you just want to help out, if you like tigers and lions and stuff, look them up. But most anticipated game, since I know you guys are thinking that, I know you guys want this one.
No, we don't. Don't say it, man. Just don't do it to us.
I'm going to let you guys have it. You guys ready? Ready? I don't even think this is my most anticipated, but I'm pretty pumped for it. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Now,
He knew it was coming. I don't know why.
you knew it was coming. Now,
That's how it feels.
the reason I'm really anticipating this, honestly, right now, is the fact that the hype is dying down.
Is it actually coming out this year?
I think
It's supposed to come out in June.
The hype has been
They
dead.
did give it a release date, June.
It's supposed to be coming out in June.
We'll see if it actually comes out on that time. But
Now, the thing that that really burdened this damn game from the get-go is the made-up hype. So that's people from the get-go were saying that there was a bunch of stuff in this game that they never said was going to be in this game, which is what built all the hype up. They're talking about all this for the first time they showed the trailer. They didn't talk about it too much, and everybody was just speculating. I heard that it was in the Star Wars universe, and there were going to be multiplayer like battles from planet to planet. I mean, I heard all of these rumors, and people were getting super hyped for it, and they were like, oh, I don't want to tell you like what's not in our game. I mean, it was just this weird thing, and people hyped it up more, which is why I feel like it kind of took a hit. But I've been following random people on YouTube, and there's kind of this little community with that game right now, and I kind of like the hype's really dying down, and it's going to be, I don't expect it to have a huge community. I don't expect it to sell, 5 million copies.
I think PlayStation does.
I don't care if they do or not. It's an indie game. At the end of the day, it's an indie game made by like 12 people.
It depends. There's a lot of factors that could
play
into it.
But the thing that I'm excited about it is the fact that there's really no goal. I mean, the goal is to get to the center of the galaxy. Every game right now has just some kind of like, it's just set in stone. Like, all right, you get in this game, this is what you're supposed to do. The only game I can think of kind of out right now that really could just kind of like let you do whatever the hell you want, Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto's awesome, but everybody just kind of does their own thing. No Man's Sky is going to be fun. It's like they strategically, at every single interview and everything I've seen on this game, every gameplay when they played with Shuhei Yoshida at PSX, they showed the 5-minute clip of them playing, but their play session was about 2 hours, and they only showed the 5 minutes because they didn't want to spoil anything. They're only showing off the specific things that they want seen right now, because they say over and over again, they're like, we don't want to tell you much about our game other than, hey, here's the game. Go find it for your own. That's what I'm excited about. I'm like, I don't know what to expect from the game. Could suck, could be awesome, but I don't know what to expect from it. Every other game that's been coming out for the last however many years, you know exactly what you're getting when the game comes out. They don't leave anything to speculation. It's like, you know exactly what you're getting when you get in the next Call of Duty. You know exactly what you were getting when you were getting The Witcher. You know exactly what you're getting when you're getting Fallout. This game, it's like, it's new. You kind of know what to expect, but you really have no idea. It's like everybody's thinking like, oh, procedural generation, that means it's going to get repetitive and it's going to be all this and all that. You don't know that. They've only specifically showed like 3 planets in a solar system with like billions and billions and billions of planets.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, it's all the same thing. That's what they're showing. They just want to show this. They're like, hey, this is kind of what it is. So I'm still hyped for it just because I don't know what to expect from it. And I'm like, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of happy the hype's dying down because not nearly as many people are talking about it, which means that the people are going to be playing it. There's all kinds of little details that have been kind of rolling through. Like if you're looking at it in a certain area and you see a flashing planet, like that means there's someone in that solar system, and that's kind of how you can find a player. You're not going to know exactly where they are, but that means they're there. And just kind of little things like that keep rolling through that I'm like, okay, there's a lore behind it. There's going to be lots of little Easter eggs and stories that can be found by going to different artifacts and stuff and locations in the game. I don't know. I'm hyped for it. I think it's going to be just interesting, and that's really all I care about. That's why I like Rocket League so much. It was like, it's simple. It's a simple concept, but it's a lot deeper than I feel like people realize. But I really don't know what to expect.
Rocket League is deep.
Well, just the fun aspect of it. Just the fun aspect. I didn't think I'd like Rocket League, and then I played it. And I'm like, this is just fun. This is fun. This is new, and so I'm like, I'm pretty hyped for that. I think it's just going to be fun. Now, a game that's losing my interest, which is like the opposite of you guys. The game that's really been just every time I see more of it, I get less and less excited about it, is The Division.
No, I'm excited for The Division.
I know you guys keep getting more and more excited. I'm getting less and less. It looks so much more generic to me now that I keep seeing videos on it. It just looks like a third-person cover shooter.
I don't really have an opinion.
With some
multiple Division.
I was talking about Oliver with this, or talking about this with Oliver the other day, and it looks so generic to me. I mean, it just looks like another third-person cover shooter. It looks like Destiny in third person is what it looks like to me.
I don't have a problem with that.
So you had a problem with Destiny all the way up until like a month ago.
No, I still have a
I'm just
problem
trying
with
to play
Destiny.
it cool.
It was like every single time we talked about Destiny on this podcast up until like a month ago.
Well, because I like the Sparrow racing thing. That was cool. But I still
Those are sweet.
I'm not going to go back to Destiny.
So then I will get. I mean, I'll probably end up getting the Division just to see, but I feel like it's going to be the same thing where I will get it, I will play it for like a couple weeks nonstop, and then I'll be like, well, this is the same thing. And then a year later, when the complete edition comes out,
So they did just announce
the
that
Taken Division.
They did just announce that they took out Brooklyn and it's only going to have Midtown Manhattan. So they did make the map smaller. Maybe Brooklyn will be DLC, but
And it's Ubisoft.
Good job, guys.
It's like Destiny
But-
mixed with Watch Dogs.
Yep.
but because I've been so pleasantly surprised by Rainbow Six Siege, I didn't expect it to be that good. I have a little bit more faith in them that they may be able to pull it off.
The only thing that's saving the Division for me is that it's a Tom Clancy game.
Right, which is so is Rainbow
That,
Six.
and that's the only saving grace for me right now. Is like it is a Tom Clancy game, and I love Tom Clancy games.
Me too.
So, I mean, I'm still hyped for it. I think it'll be a pretty good game. But the more I see about it, the more I'm like, this just looks so generic to me that I'm like, I don't know. I'm like a lot less hype about it than I was before. And then the other game I'm really excited about that comes out in 2 weeks is The Following for Dying Light.
Yeah.
Pretty pumped about
yeah.
that. Pretty pumped about that. Dying Light. I talked about it in the last one. I love Dying Light. I love the developers, and they're super just awesome to their fan base and to their consumers. And The Following DLC / expansion, whatever you want to call it, comes out February 9th.
Yep.
I believe.
I checked this morning.
February 9th. And I'm super pumped for that because it's like the size of all 3 maps that were in the main game combined. Adds all kinds of vehicle combat and adds all kinds of new firearms and stuff because a lot of people were hating that there weren't enough firearms in the game. I'm like, well, deal with it. But they're adding a lot of new firearms and crossbows and all kind of a whole new skill tree and all that. So, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Techland. You guys are awesome. But, yeah, I mean, other games. I talked about The Division. I talked about No Man's Sky. I'm excited for PlayStation VR. I'm sure that'll come out this year.
Yeah, so
feeling-
so I don't know if we talked about it with you guys. I know me and Maverick talked about it a little bit. But Oculus went on pre-order a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it retailed for $599 US.
Yeah, it's rip off.
So there's a chance that PSVR could be around that price. Would you guys purchase PSVR at $600?
Nope.
So if it's just a VR headset, hell no.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to come in with like a pack-in game.
But like you were saying
It's
about,
gonna come with those weird indie games that we like demoed.
we'll see. I mean,
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's,
I think No Man's
could
Sky.
be
I feel
bummer,
like
yeah.
the reason
So
that.
hopeful.
Well, I'm just saying it just makes sense to me. I feel like the reason that game got pushed back because that game's been done. That game's been finished.
Yeah.
I feel like when they showed it up. I mean, that game's been finished.
I feel like
They're
that
just
game
doing.
is something that takes a lot of polishing, though, which is also
It does
why
take a lot of polishing.
That's also why it couldn't
but
get
that's also
polished.
something that they can do while they're doing it. I mean, it's like if they polish the outer rim of planets, the more the more you're pushing in, you can kind of keep pushing out. And they need to polish it, and it takes a lot of playtesting and all that. And they do a lot of testing to make sure that it isn't repetitive. They talk about this a lot, where they literally send out drones in the game to go to planets to see, if it stays fresh and all that. And, but I feel like the main reason it got pushed back to June is because they're working on VR support, because that's just a game that makes sense for VR, a first person exploration game.
I think you're right. I mean, that's another topic for conversation, but if they package it with that game could sell really well.
Would you buy it for $600?
Not 600, no. And I don't think it will be 600. I think with PlayStation, I think it'll be cheaper. Mostly because it's Sony. It's their platform. I don't think they're going to market a VR headset that's more than their entire console.
They're usually
that's
also
ridiculous.
just a lot better about pricing than
that seems a little
doing.
ridiculous, honestly.
I hope it's not $600.
It won't be.
But
Mark my words.
I am kind of worried that
there's no way.
My original guess was
Mark was right
in the 350 to 400 range, which I'm hoping it's that. I'll probably get it.
I'd buy it for $350. Yeah.
But yeah, if I can see it being 600, but I'd hate that if they charge more for the VR than their console.
But they just have other companies that aren't even like gaming companies that have their own VRs now that don't cost
The
nearly
Vive.
that much.
The Vive's are about to come on
The
pre-order.
Vive.
Because
We had one brought into our marketing class last week.
Which one was
And
it?
we demoed it. I don't remember what it was. It was a phone one. Was it a Samsung?
The Samsung Gear VR. That thing's
yeah.
only $100.
Yeah,
That's
$100.
only half VR. That's not
Yeah, like they make programs to run through your phone with it. But,
right.
But still, it's just like the same concept. People are running with it, and if they can come up with like a competitive price for it, then people will find other ways. Like people would rather choose something that they can play a game on their phone with the headset than spending $600 just to plug it into their PlayStation.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider though, because with the PlayStation VR itself, you also have those 2 move controllers with some games. That
Only some games use that. It's not a requirement.
Yeah, but like it makes me think if
The PlayStation camera is a requirement though.
they'll probably package all that
Really?
together, so you're
So
not
I
just
got one for Christmas.
you're not just getting like the actual headset. You're getting the entire package, 2 move sticks, your camera and the headset.
I feel
Do you
like
think they'll sell it with
the
camera?
price is going
Probably.
Well,
with
they'll have, like,
all
an
the
option for
peripherals
it.
and what comes with it is going to determine if it's worth it to me. 'Cause, I mean, to pay that extra $200, if it was $600, it's like to pay that extra $200 that from what I'd really want to pay.
Yeah.
It'd have to come with it'd have to
A bunch
get
of
It'd have
like
to have
two move
everything you
wall. I mean,
need,
it'd have to be like a do it because I know with the
It would
Oculus.
need more than No Man's Sky too.
Huh?
It would need way more than No Man's Sky.
Well, No Man's Sky itself is worth $600, and then the rest of the.
The Galaxy worth of games,
and you know what's funny about No Man's Sky? I feel like it's going to be like a $40 game. I don't even think it's going to be a $60 game. I think it's going to be like
It might be,
in the
yeah.
$40
It'll be a
range.
$600 game, just like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? And everybody would pay for it because it's that good. But
Everyone in your little online community that you have found friendship within will buy for
hey,
it.
you know what? I like Cobra TV. I'm giving you a shout out right now. I watch all of your No Man's Sky videos.
So what was your top games you're excited about? You have No Man's
so
No Man's Sky,
hard.
obviously.
Right. No Man's Sky, Dying Light, The Following, and I am hyped about The Division. I've been hyped about it since the get go.
You're just getting a little-
losing hype for it the last few weeks because there was a big press event that they've been showing off so much more gameplay in the last week.
They just released a short film for The Division.
I saw that, yeah. And it's just every gameplay I watch a bunch of different YouTubers that played it, and every gameplay I watch, I'm like, this looks just like a basic third-person cover shooter. I mean, it's just like it. That's what it looked like to me. The Dark Zone is the only part of that I was like, all right, this could be interesting because it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like PvP and PvE in the same place kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the scramble for loot and trying to extract it, I could see that
Dark
being
Zone
pretty exciting.
is fun.
Yeah, I could see that being pretty exciting. But I almost don't want to get the beta because I don't want to
do it.
I don't want to get into the beta. I just want to
get
play it straight up when it comes out. I feel like if I play the beta too much, it was kind of like with Destiny. I played the crap out of the Destiny beta.
Kills the first
And
world
then,
for you.
yeah, I was like, now it's not even fun this first couple hours, you know? So
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, I might just wait.
It's like a good measuring stick, though, because we can learn from Destiny. Like, if we play it and that's how it is, you get the idea that this is the real game.
And that's what I'm
Don't buy the real game. I won't support it.
And that's what's hurting me
simple
with
as
Destiny is I'm getting with The Division is I'm getting a lot of Destiny vibes, and I don't like Destiny vibes.
Me neither.
Destiny's a fun game, but launch wise,
that. It was terrible.
I don't like.
It was a
getting
huge
those vibes.
disappointment.
Plus, it's Ubisoft has been really hit or miss.
Yeah.
I loved Destiny.
But yeah, all right. Where were we at? I don't remember.
You wanna go next?
I've been talking for 20
Megan,
minutes straight.
what games are you excited about this coming year?
There's so many. There was really nothing that I enjoyed. Not enjoyed, but 2015 was
Oh, it
kind
smells
of
like
a boring
coffee.
year. But for one, my Bay, I'm so sad it got pushed back. Battleborn, I want it.
Oh, yeah, I
I
forgot
need
about
it.
that.
I need that game. They pushed it to May 6th. It was supposed to come out February 9th. I hate them for doing it, but if they're doing some super necessary polishing on it, then fine. I'm okay with it. But I'm so excited for that game. I really haven't been this excited for a game in a while. It's just you were going off about how everything's you like No Man's Sky because it's new. Battleborn, it's not necessarily new, but they've taken a lot of good concepts from different platforms and different types of games, and they've put them all together. And it's also by Gearbox and 2K, which is great because it has the same kind of humor that Borderlands has. and it's so great because I was in the closed test for it, and just playing the one story, like the one level that they let you play in the campaign. It's hilarious. I was laughing my ass off the whole time because you just have Isaac, the villain, as you run through his little fortress to get to his lair. He's just cracking jokes about how great your ass looks while you're running through the field. Like, it's hilarious.
It did look pretty good.
I was so excited. It's such a fun game, and I like the Helix system where you can level up throughout like the game. And I kind of like that. I like games where they don't let you pause. You have to like do it really quick time because it's really split second decisions. It's like increase your speed or increase your power. They're different each time, left or right. You choose it really fast, but speed or power. But
I forgot about fucking Uncharted.
I like all about that. What? You talking about Uncharted?
Yeah, I just realized. I just realized I forgot that. I'm like, oh yeah, that comes out this year.
Battleborn is super amazing.
I'm excited for Battleborn a little bit too.
It's so
I'm excited to see if it's actually going to be a good game.
It got pushed to April, August, May. Okay.
I feel like I know it's going to be a good game.
That's when Uncharted comes out, isn't it?
I swear to God.
Yeah. Uncharted got pushed back to April.
Yeah, Uncharted is April.
Is it April now?
April.
I thought April was what it originally was going to be.
No, it was originally March.
I also love that when they changed the release date for Battleborn, they didn't tell any retailers, because for like a month after I found out about the date change, like we saw it at PSX, they had changed the date. Everything's like, yeah, May 6th, yeah. And then I went to like the mall a week later and walked past GameStop, and it's like, pre-order, get your copy February 9th. And I'm like, come on, guys. Come on, don't get my hopes up. That does not look like you were playing your phone. I saw it on the camera, and I just saw this. And I'm like, yeah, Battleborn. Battleborn.
Born the battle! What?
Battleborn I'm super excited for. I can't wait to play.
Obviously,
Benedict.
I'm excited for it.
Very excited.
I'm gonna play
Benedict is my Rocket Hawk. I love him. I'm sad that he wasn't available to play for demos, except at PSX, but the wait was 3 hours long, so I wasn't going to do that. But I'm so excited.
The demo they have there, that was good. It's like the same demo I think you put at E3, which was really fun.
It looked like
they opened it up.
Characters.
They opened up the PvP.
Oh, did they?
Oh,
yeah.
PvP? Okay.
At PSX, it was PvP. And that's why they had narrators. It was like, oh shit, like Wrath just went after that Phoebe. Like, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me sad because I was watching people play Benedict, and I'm just like, no.
It's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it soon enough.
It was only PvP that you could play at PSX too.
Oh,
that's also why the line was really long.
Did you try PvP before?
No.
I wasn't a fan of it.
Oh, did you do it?
Wait, for Battleborn?
Yeah, it was in the...
Oh, the beta you played.
Beta.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just played the campaign. Yeah, I don't know. I also wouldn't have wanted to play in front of all those people because I would get really nervous and just eat shit. I know I would have. I did that when I demoed, what was it, Titanfall? And it was so weird. My friend got me into the demo. I cut the whole line.
I kicked ass when I played the Titanfall demo.
They like led me around a corner, and there was this stairway that like led up to a platform that had all the computers to game on, and everyone was just standing there watching on a big screen. I'm like,
did they let you play the controller? No, you didn't do the mouse. I had to play the controller.
I didn't know what to do. It was just bad, Joe. But Uncharted. Uncharted is my next one. I'm iffy on it. I'm iffy on Uncharted. I'm super excited because I'm a big fan of Uncharted. I also just played the whole Uncharted collection. It's fresh in my mind and I love it. But I am worried that they may be going in the direction that they're just coming out with a sequel for the sake of coming out with a sequel. Because where they ended the third one was perfect. It ended with exactly how it should have ended. He chose Elena over being an adventurer, and Elena was like, I love you, babe, and Sully is like a 65-year-old man. He shouldn't be doing this, quite frankly. And he's like, you know what? You're right. I love you. Let's go. And then now they're just like, hey, Nathan Drake, he's back in the game, and he's got a brother now.
His brother's back, yeah.
But
from all the stuff I watched,
I'm really excited, but I know it's
going to be a good game, like without a doubt. And they wouldn't be pushing it back if they,
It's Naughty Dog.
No, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
I am gonna love it, but at the same time, there's just a feeling in the back of my mind. I'm like, I hope they're not just trying to get all the profit they can out of this series.
I mean, I'll put this out there. I've never played an Uncharted game, never beaten an Uncharted game.
I know, I can't.
And I am so excited for this game. And I've never played any of the other ones.
You can just borrow my Uncharted collection.
I need to, but
I collected all the treasures.
I'm so excited for this game for the multiplayer. Just for the multiplayer line. And this is definitely one of my most 3 games. This is the game I'm going to put probably my game of the year for this year. I'm gonna say just a random guess because
You're calling it?
Uncharted.
I played the multiplayer
Really?
at PSX, and I'm so good. I'm so good.
Did you play the beta?
And
Wait, I didn't play that.
The Last of Us multiplayer, I just know Naughty Dog
it
does such a
started
good
when
job.
we went to PSX.
I love the multiplayer in all those games,
Oh my God,
and I know
John
I'm already
gave me
going to sink
copy,
in
and it had
easily a
code
couple
to
hundred
enter it.
hours.
Yeah. The Last of Us, the multiplayer in The Last of Us felt a lot like a stealthy Uncharted 3 multiplayer. Essentially, is what it felt like. That's why I like The Last of Us, because the Uncharted multiplayer is
It's fast-paced.
one of those aspects that nobody really talks about, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I played the crap out of Uncharted 2's multiplayer.
That was the first one I ever played. It was good. I was good.
The multiplayer, it just didn't grab me long term. It was fun for like 2 weeks, and then I moved on.
Late night 4 a.m.
The Last of Us multiplayer
that grabbed me.
And that's what I'm saying. That was like a refined Uncharted multiplayer. It felt like, I mean, a lot of the similar aspects. It's just the way the cover system worked and all that. I mean, it seemed a lot more. It just felt like Uncharted to me, but like slower.
It was
That's
brutal.
what I liked about The Last of Us.
It was also like it was very brutal, like The Last of Us was too, which was cool.
That's to me that's what was able to grab me.
That's what I like about Naughty. When you play a Naughty Dog game, it feels like a Naughty Dog game. It's just that they have a similar feel just with the last. Ever since between Uncharted and
if you're
now.
ignoring their platformers that they used to make.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about like you start at the first Uncharted.
Yeah. From then on,
and
it's
move
all-
on. It feels like a Naughty Dog game. So I feel like the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I played the beta, and I mean, it was fun. I still prefer the Last of Us style of multiplayer just because I like
strategic games.
Stealth. Yeah, I like strategy and having to think and all that. I mean, and you have to do some of that. I like being able to put a sniper down playing the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Just all of a sudden spawn some random like NPC, and I'll be that was like one of my favorite parts. Is if once you get enough money, you can buy, depending on what your class is, you can buy either 4 different things, and you can buy an NPC to like and you can put him somewhere. But when you're running around and you're looking for a place to put him, it's just this like, it's like you're running around with this mannequin in front of you, and everybody can see it. It just looks really stupid, and you're just running around, and there's this mannequin like, and you're just sprinting and like putting him in places. Then you put him on the ground, he's just sniping the crap out of people. But there's one of the ones that he'll just chase people down, get them in a headlock, and like hang onto their back like a monkey, and you just have time to run up and kill the person while he's latching onto them. And it's just random little crazy aspects like that. But it does look fun.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
I'm super excited. What's your third game you're hyped about?
Oh my god, this is my No Man's Sky. Horizon.
Nothing.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'm
so surprised that you didn't say it.
Nothing is No Man's Sky.
Horizon Zero Dawn is exactly what Maverick was talking about. For me, it is a new game.
Mm-hmm.
It is really hard to find a new game that has new ideas, new styles of fighting, like just anything new for gamers, especially. And just everything about this, it's interesting. Just the little bit of story that they've given everyone so far. It's just
absolutely.
The world has started over.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
Like it's a futuristic prehistoric time, and it's so great. And just if you go and watch the trailer, just the narration of the trailer just catches you so quickly, because it's Aloy narrating like her tribe and how they became like the dominant hunting tribe of all this just race of people that inhabit the earth now.
Of
and
Zoids. There's Zoids.
There's Zoids. That's also why I'm quite the fan. But and it's just great, and they make it. They lay it out so that you're going to discover why there are robotic dinosaurs roaming the earth, and just discover what happened to the old, like, where we live now, like, where the hell did it go? And I'm super excited. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the character design especially.
Yeah.
Did you sign up for the beta?
Comes out in March, and Mike Tyson is going to be playable as a fighter.
What?
Yes. 2 versions of Mike Tyson. You got, like, Legacy Mike Tyson, where he's just, like, in his prime, and then you've got, like, Mike Tyson with
Now
a face tattoo, and like Legend Mike Tyson. I just thought it was funny. I saw the trailer for it yesterday. I'm like, dude, Tyson's going to be a playable UFC fighter. All right, we're good now. Go ahead. I'm all about
Opinions, Horizon, anyone?
It's going to be
I think
freaking
Horizon's
sweet.
gonna be good.
I have nothing to say but awesome things.
That being said, it does look really good, but it's made by Guerrilla Games, which is developers of Killzone.
Killzone, yes.
They don't have. I mean, I didn't really like Killzone 3. I like Killzone. Wait, no. What was the last? Shadowfall was one I didn't like. 3 was the one I actually liked on PS3.
I've loved every Killzone game.
But the PS4, it was a launch game, so I cut them some slack on that.
I never played any of the Killzone games. I mean, maybe I did pick. I'm sure I played them, but I actually never really got into them.
Killzone 2 was the first multiplayer game on PlayStation 3 I think it was Killzone
2 was multiplayer on
PS3, right? Was that PS3?
Yeah.
Killzone 2 was the first multiplayer game on PS3 that I really got into.
Me too, yeah, on PlayStation,
I loved
online.
that game.
Yeah.
God. Between that and SOCOM, those were like the only 2 games I played until Metal Gear Online came out.
I felt like Killzone was like it wanted to be the Halo of PlayStation back in the day.
Back in the day, that's what they were advertising it as the Halo killer, because it was an FPS and that was the PlayStation FPS.
It just didn't compare to me.
Yeah,
any
so
way,
it's just a different game than what they're normally playing.
I loved Killzone.
So I hope. I mean, it looks really good what they've shown so far, and I hope that they pull through and they do well on it. But
I think
in my head, I thought you were talking about a new Killzone. I'm like, when the hell did they show this off? Hold on.
I mean, once they're done with Horizon,
right.
Yeah, I think the style of game that they're doing is different than anything they've done before.
Which could be good for them. Maybe I'm sure they're tired of making Killzone games. So.
Yeah, because Killzone games, correct me if I'm wrong, they're pretty linear, aren't they? The way they play story-wise.
I mean, they're a first. I mean, they're a linear first person. The nice thing about Shadowfall was it was a lot more open. I played through that whole game, and there were a lot more open sections. But I can see a lot of just the way Killzone, the Shadowfall looked. I can see a lot of Shadowfall in Horizon from what I've seen so far, because Shadowfall was the first one that wasn't just like gray. Yeah, Killzone had a dark, which I always actually enjoyed. Everybody hated on it. Killzone always had a really dark color palette, and it was just grays and blacks and like oranges and reds. I mean, it was just dark. And Shadowfall moved a lot more outside and was a lot brighter and colorful and faster. And Horizon Zero, and they started instituting a lot more of random little technologies and stuff. And so I see some of that. I forgot that Guerrilla makes Horizon too.
Yeah.
But I could see a little bit of that in there, which I'm excited for because I actually like Shadowfall. And then Intercept, which is the one that it was like kind of like a standalone add-on to Shadowfall, which was essentially like a horde mode that they added on, a multiplayer mode. I played the crap out of that. That was freaking awesome. So I love the Killzone games. Horizon looks freaking sweet though. I forgot about that game until you said that right there. Like,
how do you forget?
The gameplay looks amazing.
I forgot about Uncharted until 10 minutes ago.
Let me just throw all the
redo my whole
list
for you. But yeah.
So those are Megan's. Those are 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark,
Final Fantasy's coming out in 2017, right?
15?
Probably.
The new one, yeah.
I thought 15 was coming. No.
That is supposed to come out this year, right?
No,
it's coming out
the
this
remake,
year.
Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, 7?
Isn't that like 2017?
They still have to finish 15, and then there's the World of Final Fantasy they have to finish also.
Yeah.
So we'll see when they get to
Final Fantasy remake too.
the 7. That's
who knows when that's
coming.
gonna happen. They just announced it to keep everyone interested. Mark, take it away.
So my most anticipated games, I was going to say Uncharted was one of them, but we've already heard me get excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with another 3. A surpriser, you guys might not know. I played a bunch of indie games at PSX. So one of the indie games I'm looking forward to extremely a lot is Push Me, Pull You.
Oh, that's right.
That game is amazing. And it's just like, I miss these games because now with all the AAA titles coming out, they take away split screen from you. So it brings back that split screen aspect, but also it's like you're this cat and dog kind of thing with 2 human heads. And you can grow and shrink, and like the goal is there's like a ball in the middle, and you want to get the ball on the side. You're going against another one that can shrink and grow. It's just I'll have to put up some gameplay trailer. It is so much fun, and there's like looking at the trailer for it because I only played just one demo with one ball, but apparently there's like multiple balls and multiple different variant levels. And
Mark likes balls.
I do like balls, but
yeah,
it was a really addicting game, and it was one of those games that I could just sit there and play against somebody for forever.
It was crazy how all those indie games were like that. Any of the games we picked out, we just stayed there.
Yeah, that's another one. Though.
Have you played Gang Beasts?
I have. Gang Beasts is great.
That's like
it's
one of my favorites.
Too.
Like that style of just couch co-op and
it's so much fun.
Well, not couch co-op, but just like couch multiplayer.
Yeah,
that game is so stupidly fun. Yeah, just the punches. He's like grab people.
It's so funny.
And you like knock him out.
We should do a let's play of that game.
God, that game's amazing. That's like
I have the wireless
reminds me
adapter
of
now,
that.
so we
We
can.
were supposed to do it.
The Game Beast was great. I would.
Stop talking.
Oh,
Don't stop.
stop talking before everyone explodes or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should.
don't
We should do
stop.
some group let's
Yeah.
plays.
I would say also another one to go with that is Tricky Towers, which is like almost like a Tetris based game, but it's also another split screen where there's like I think you can play up to 4 people, maybe even more. Although I guess I don't know how you do more. If it's only 4 controllers, you can hook up at once. But that's just a game where you have like this house, and you have to build this tower all the way to the top, like to the end goal, and you get all these different kind of blocks, and people get power ups to like knock your tower over. Because it's not like your typical Tetris game where you have like a pretty wide area to put your place your actual blocks. You have like just the top of this roof, which is really not that
So
high.
it's not a split screen game then, right?
Technically it's not a split screen game because
Okay. So you can do more
because
than
you're
4
all on the
players.
same screen.
yeah, because you're all on
Yeah.
the same exact
The-
screen. There's like 4 multiple houses, or depending if you're doing 2, you can just do 2.
The PlayStation supports up to 8 controllers.
Yeah, and that's what it would
that's
be.
how you
You
would
probably
do
have
it,
up to
yeah.
8, but it was just fun. Like it was one of those games that's really fun. I know it's coming out this year, I think, on PlayStation. It better. God, it looked like it was done when I was playing it. But yeah, I was really excited for that. As far as AAA titles, what I'm excited for, I would just say those are probably I would say those are both number 3 for me.
Those aren't AAA titles; they're indie games.
Or well, that's what I'm moving on to AAA
Oh,
titles.
okay,
That's what I'm
okay.
talking about
Okay.
here. Games I'm excited for this year, and I'm hoping this comes out this year. And forgive me for this, and I think I'm probably going to regret this because it might not ever come out. The Last Guardian. Please.
Oh no, I think that is going to come out.
You like
I
if
believe
it
it.
doesn't come out this year, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna maybe I will
Mark's
buy
gonna
it.
give up hope.
Maybe I'll buy it and I'll put it in like a timeshare and like I'll open it in like 50 years and play it. Just because God, that game I bought a PlayStation 3 for that.
Timeshare.
He means time capsule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it in a timeshare.
A timeshare.
I'm gonna invest
put
it
it-
into a timeshare.
You're gonna go
Exactly.
spend 6 hours in Vegas, and they're gonna they're gonna give you a free Last Guardian copy.
You guys knew what I meant. That's all that matters. Yeah. Anyways, I'm really excited for that game. I've always been excited for that game. I bought a PlayStation 3 for that game, and I still remember picking up the Shadow of Colossus on my PlayStation 2 and being so blown away by that game.
Now, do you still have faith? Because Team Ico is not the same Team Ico that made Shadow of the Colossus.
You're right. It's a different team.
So do you think it'll be good? Or,
Well, based on this
I
is
know
what,
you're hyped for it.
yeah, this is what's interesting because the trailer that they showed us was essentially like the exact same
Almost
thing.
what they showed like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really weird. So yeah, it's like the same exact game. So it makes me wonder. None of us know as the consumers how much did they finish? What has been done, and what is this team doing? Are they just coming in, and touching up what they've already done?
They had an
And then maybe
interactive
making
wall.
more?
That is great.
That's,
the wall at
that's
PSX.
that's what they've been working on for 4 years.
That was a little.
That is what they.
That was a little disappointing that all they had at PSX was an
Was a
interactive
wall.
wall.
True.
Like,
That wall was great.
It was cool.
It was cool, but like
That's
not,
all they've been working on for the 4
That's
years.
not game.
I mean, it wasn't like mind blowing technology, but it was great.
It was mind blowing.
the little sensors.
You had a thing.
The bucket and
I like how it ruined it when like you picked one up and the guy was like, "Hold on, let me turn it on for you." And I'm like,
It's like,
what
"You're
he-
ruining the illusion."
He hits a button. That's how
Yeah,
it works.
No,
you have
he
to
has
turn-
to.
you
He
have
has
to turn
to
the
grab
prop
it. There
up.
was like a barrel that had food in it, or
Yeah.
like a. I don't even know what that
Yeah, you
fucking
shake
was. It was like a
it.
talisman
Yeah.
that scared him off. But he had to like take it from you when you picked it up. He turned a switch inside a button to turn it on.
Oh, okay.
So
So when you actually would bring
So
it
that's
up,
how it works?
it would register that it was there.
The illusion is broken.
Right? Yeah.
Thought it
it
was
was
magic.
still kind of cool.
I thought it was magic.
I think it was just cool because it was so big. Like it was almost like putting
He
you in
Yeah,
was
like
respect to the
so
boy.
cute. That's the kind of big cat I want.
That's what I know. Like
I don't want a leopard anymore.
I'm sure everyone's assuming like
so if you email Big Cat Rescue,
I want a lion bird. What is he? It's
like-
like
he's a
he's
cat-
got like
he's
a zebra muzzle.
he's a
thing.
cat.
He reminds me of Falcor from the Neverending Story.
He does.
you're a little heavy, buddy.
No, like look
We're
at
going down.
Maverick. Look at pictures of him though. He has like a really smooth that like
You,
velvet
you,
black
you,
muzzle.
you
that,
tried
like,
to
a zebra
convince me
has.
this back at PSX. I remember
And
this.
I'm right. I'm 100% right.
So yeah, Last
I'm
Guardian.
going to debate the man that works at a zoo.
It's like,
I know what a
Aminos.
zebra's face looks like.
And then other than The Last Guardian, maybe I gotta shed some Microsoft love here.
No.
Because
You
there's a
don't
lot
have
of good Microsoft games coming out I'm excited for.
There are.
We don't do that.
One of which is Quantum Break.
Oh, you're still excited about that?
That game looks amazing, I think. So
Did you play Alan Wake?
no, I didn't. But
Really?
no.
Okay.
But I know Alan Wake was great, and just from seeing more gameplay trailer in that game looks really cool. Like, it looks really, really cool. So, I wouldn't say my list is in any particular order, because Quantum Break's just another game I'm throwing out there. But I think that's coming out sooner than later. That actually has a release date, doesn't it?
Spring. Yeah, it does have a release date. I want to say it's like March.
So right around my birthday. So, yeah, that'll be great. We'll get to play that.
That game makes me want another Time Splitters game.
Oh, I love Time Splitters.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my god,
That's what I'm thinking, though, with it. You know, that's why I'm excited. So,
I remember that.
but it looks even cooler. It's almost like
I used to play on
it's almost like the movie
PS2.
Looper.
I was
Like,
always the
but-
monkey.
That was
In
But
Time
I'm
Splitters
totally
2,
different.
I was always the monkey. I had to be the monkey when I played against my brother.
I played that game.
And I loved getting set on fire, because then I was a flaming monkey just running around.
That game was funny.
Time Splitters was such a good game. That and
That's so
I want
weird.
I want a sequel to Time Splitters, and I want a sequel to PsyOps.
Oh yeah,
I want another
Psyops,
Spyro
wow.
game.
Well,
I do want another sequel.
You've got Skylanders.
yeah, I'll say Skylanders makes Spyro games. I guess we call them that.
That's stupid.
But those aren't. I don't.
Didn't they design a character that looks like
Oliver,
this?
what were your favorite games? Or what are
We're
you
not
most
there
excited
yet.
We're not. We're still doing.
Are we still on Mark?
He's our
Mark
closer.
has one last.
Oh, he's got one more.
I did, that's
No,
fine.
he did 3.
Yeah, I was about to say
He did like
three,
indie
right?
games as a whole.
The Last Guardian.
The last.
Should we pull
And
me?
then the 2 indie games.
3D
Yeah.
Towers in Corner Break.
But you did. I thought you were gonna do 3 AAA games.
He did 4.
Last
How
Guardian.
many games are we going to let Mark do?
Yeah,
I mean-
he doesn't need to
No, I don't-
speak
Jeez,
6
Why
games.
does Mark
I'm trying-
special? He left us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should have only let him do 2.
I mean,
Oliver, what are your favorites?
technically, I've already given you 4 here.
What are your picks?
So there's supposed to be a Zelda game coming out this year,
Oh, that's right.
and I love Zelda. I've played all their games.
Yeah, that's easy.
With the exception of Skyward Sword. I did play it, but I didn't finish it. That's the only Zelda I haven't finished. And
It's a game you probably shouldn't play if you
I
if you've
couldn't-
attempted
I
getting
couldn't-
past. The
I
first.
really wanted to love that game, and I couldn't. So, I'm hopeful that Nintendo learned their lesson and are, learning from it and making a good game. It looks really good from what they've shown. I'm also betting that it's going to be kind of like Twilight Princess, where it's going to be playable on the Wii U and on their new system. And if it is, I'm going to buy it on the new system because I'm pretty much done with the Wii U. That's probably the only game I'm going to get this year on the Wii U is Zelda.
Yeah, I haven't touched the
Star
Wii U.
Fox looks like it's 10 years old, and I don't want that game. So yeah, out of their big games from Nintendo, that's been announced so far. Because I'm sure they're working on a ton of games that haven't been announced.
It's true.
Hopefully, a new 3D Mario game.
Zombie U 2.
So I would bet Ubisoft.
I
but
would play that.
I would play Zombie U too because I really like Zombie U. Maybe now that they released it on PS4 and
Zombie.
Xbox. Yeah. So yeah, there's Zelda. Another one that I am excited for is it's a PSVR game. It's called London Heist.
It's a great game.
Oh yeah, you tell me about that.
Mark got to play it at PSX, so now I'm not the only one that knows.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
That was the most fun I ever had with a game in VR. It's really cool because you
That
actually
is-
have to aim, like
It's
it's
such a-
skill based and
Such a good demo. Of the
yeah. You
VR.
can talk about your experience now that
Yeah,
they have a fresh.
It's
view
just
on it.
I still think of how crazy that was because you have 2 moves with that demo and specifically you're not really moving much, but you start out just like we're doing right now. We're sitting down, and this guy's just like right up in your face, just talking shit. And, like, it's crazy how real it looks. Actually, it looks like somebody's like right up.
The
in
graphics are really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and what's really cool is like even there's one scene he like flicks his cigarette behind you, and like you can look back and you can see it smoking and burning up. I'm like, holy shit, this is VR. Like,
Can you
this
pick
is-
it up and smoke it?
No, you couldn't. But he does give you a phone at one instant where you have to reach out and grab it with your move, and you bring your move to your ear. You can hear it just like a normal phone,
yeah.
which is really cool.
That's pretty sweet.
And you're right, when it comes to aiming the gun too, it's like you can actually like close one eye and like aim right down the sight like you're almost doing in real life, which is really cool. And I almost feel like I was more accurate doing that. I'm like, this is really precise. So
I
Yeah.
don't remember who said it, but didn't someone that worked for PlayStation that was working in the VR booth say that there was a girl demoing it and she was getting into it. Like, she like dove down onto the floor to like dodge bullets. Like, she was so immersed.
I didn't get to play it, but after I finished my VR demo, I was waiting for I forgot if I was waiting someone to finish up with theirs, and some lady that worked at Sony was working one of the booths. She was playing as this older lady, and they had her play the demo, and I don't know if this is the same one you're talking about, but watching her play the demo just made me laugh.
People
like
get
the
super
dude was
angry,
the dude that was interrogating her. She's just like, and she's just and like when in the shooting part when she's behind the desk, like she's scrambling for magazines and she's just ducking and diving out of the way. I'm like, that looks freaking sweet. Like she looks like she's about to wet herself right now. Like when she was getting interrogated, I'm like, this isn't real. You do know this, right?
Sure.
I'm like, you do know. She's like, burns her arm. It'd be like Freddy Krueger. He's like burning her arm in VR. And just, it feels so real. You just see the person standing outside of the VR with an actual cigarette, like.
When you buy the game, someone comes to your home to burn you with a cigarette.
That's an
That's what, I want to wear that suit that the dude was wearing for the one VR demo.
Oh, where you can feel the
where you can feel all the hits. I'm like, I want to wear that just to see how that actually felt.
Yeah, it's one of the new sensors.
That's part of the thing that we saw at E3 where that guy was walking in place. They have the vest too. Where
you feel what I've always wondered, like. For
my
games.
God, people are going to have heart attacks with how real games are going to get. They're going to think they literally just got shot in the heart, not realizing they have a heart condition and they're going to die.
You get knifed in Call of Duty, it's like, oh!
God.
Well, London Heist was like such a good demo for the VR, just to show it flashes its potential of what a game could possibly be.
It's going to be sweet.
Like, can you imagine a Nathan Drake game where you're walking through like environments and stuff? Like, it would just be unreal. So, I don't know.
To me, that was like the first game I tried where like VR like just clicked for me, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is
why
really
it's
fun.
such a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm still hyped for it. I mean, they've only shown like 2 different levels. I don't even know if there's much more than that, and as far as like an actual game. No, I got mine. Thanks. The other one you're having like the other levels you're in. Yeah. The other levels you're in a shootout in a car. And it's funny because like in the game the moves are your hands, so like you can go and like just grab anything that you see in the car. You can like pull down the little sun visor, and there's like shit you can pull out, and then you can throw it at the guy, and he doesn't do anything while he's driving.
He just takes it.
Hey, pay attention to me.
Love
you can't. He'll be
tell
talking.
me I'm pretty.
Feed me and tell me I'm pretty.
But yeah, I'm excited for that, and it's made by London Studio, who a long time ago they did The Getaway, and I loved The Getaway
sweet,
on PS2. It was one of my favorite PS2 games. I wish they would make another Getaway. That's another franchise that Sony's just sitting on.
Want a new SOCOM? I'm waiting.
Yeah, that's another one that they're just sitting on.
Lots of things they're just
yeah.
Keep it in the back pocket.
Then my third one.
No Man's Sky.
Not No Man's Sky,
Horizon.
For sure. Horizon. Well, I don't want to say ones that you guys
Sky?
already.
Horizon Man's Sky.
No Man's Horizon.
Oh my God! What if you fly to a planet in No Man's Sky and you end up
And
on
it's
a
that
Loy's
planet?
crazy planet?
And
What if
that's
every
why
PlayStation game is ever made was linked
that's
together?
why I'm excited about No Man's Sky.
It just links
Because
every
there's
game ever made
possibilities for robot dinosaurs. You know what we haven't seen in No Man's Sky since the very first trailer they showed?
What's that?
The giant fucking snakes, like the giant creatures that are in No Man's Sky. We haven't seen any of them in any of the recent
Because they're
things.
randomized.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm hyped about it. Go ahead. Bro.
Game 3.
Go ahead.
Game 3, one that they haven't shown much footage of yet. They probably will at E3 is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah.
I love the Ghost Recon series. That was another game series that I got into. And this one's like an open world one.
seriously.
And it looks... And it's also 4-player co-op. And,
Tom Clancy's my dude.
Yeah. Tom Clancy games in general. I don't... Do you know any of that were just terrible? Because I can't remember any that are bad.
End War.
You have to
End
really...
War wasn't terrible.
End
they were
War-
trying to do RTS.
I wasn't a big fan of End War. I love Tom Clancy games and I love RTSs, so I wanted to like End War and I just didn't.
It was okay. Yeah,
but that's
it was,
the only Tom
probably
Clancy
the
game I've
weakest
ever
one.
not liked.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pumped for the new Ghost Recon because it's been a while since a Ghost Recon has come out. The only other game that's really like scratched that itch was that Kuma game, but that's a PC game, and I didn't do it for me. So I'm hoping that this one, even though this one is more similar to the what was it they call Advanced Soldier?
Advanced Warfare?
That's Call of Duty, wasn't it? Or is it also
Future
Ghost
Soldier? You're thinking Future
Was it Future Soldier?
You think that grow?
You're
It's
thinking
closer-
No, you're thinking Advanced Warfighter, but
Advanced Warfighter. That's
are
what
you
it was
thinking
called.
Advanced Warfighter or are you
Ghost Recon-
thinking Future Soldier?
They both are similar because they're third-person shooters, while the Ghost Recon series started out as first-person shooters. But yeah, it looks good. I'm excited. I think it will be good. Those are my 3 games.
Honorable mention that I didn't throw in, and I did on purpose. I didn't forget. Far Cry Primal.
Oh yeah,
It looks good.
was it next
I'm
month?
not
Yeah.
huge on Far Cry, but like playing the demo really got me into it. I think it's just because I do like those primal, prehistoric-y kind of... Like, I'll take a bow over a gun any day.
It's gonna be your year then.
I'm
There's
excited
so many-
I know, I'm so excited for 2016.
I'm excited for Wild.
Everyone's doing
Wild
it.
Wild
cool.
looks good too.
I'm excited for Wild because
Yeah.
animals.
Oh yeah, and then what about
Wrong.
that...
Time Splitters 3?
No, it's that game that they only had like the 10-second preview of it. With a little robot is following
guiding
you
in
around.
the prehistoric age.
Guiding you
Oh,
around,
the VR
and
game.
the dinosaurs.
Oh, the VR game made by
looks
Crytek?
I don't remember what it's
Yeah, it's the VR
Right,
the
this is
Crytek
going to be
game.
my year. Oh,
I saw a
excited.
longer demo of that
Really?
like a few weeks ago, where it was like he's
demo?
yeah, it was a demo. It was somebody playing it. He was like in a dinosaur nest. Essentially, there were eggs, and he's looking around, and there were like bugs and stuff
What's
flying
that game
around.
called? Dude?
I don't remember what it's
No.
called, but I think it had a name because I saw a video of it. And
I feel like it had a name.
It was like a 2-minute demo, and he was just kind of looking around, and there was dinosaurs walking by. Then the T-Rex shows up, and it was like, bruh,
Get away from my eggs.
Bruh.
you gonna die tonight. And then I didn't.
Robinson the Journey.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember seeing there was a new gameplay. It looked pretty cool. You're just sitting
That was
there,
cool.
and you're like he's like watching. There's like prehistoric mosquitoes that
Do
were.
you do anything, or is it just like a run?
He was just
run
kind of
and
sitting
hide
there,
kinda
and
game?
that's what I was kind of worried about. That's why I thought it was just going to be one of those experience games. He didn't move
It might
at
be.
all. It was literally just like he was sitting there. It was kind of like the Shark Cage,
I'll be less excited now.
the Shark Cage VR demo.
It's where you meditate.
I mean, and even
It's a
that one he
meditation
did more. In the
just
Shark
bring
Cage
my
one, you're
excitement
shooting flares, even though the flares do
I'll have to look at this video.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
In this one, he literally was just sitting there and looking at things, and just things were happening, but you could tell it was just scripted stuff. and
Okay.
just
I'd
what
imagine
happened.
it's probably just development stuff that they're just.
So I feel,
piecing
I,
it
I
in.
It's
feel,
gotta
I
be-
feel like they're
They
trying to show
haven't said
off.
anything about
I feel like they're trying to show off the fact, like, hey, VR games can still have really good graphics,
Exactly.
and because
It's
it's
Crytek.
Crytek,
Yeah.
exactly.
Guys, look.
And so I feel like that's what they're trying to show off because a lot of the VR games they aren't the. I mean, London Heist looks good, but it's not
Not
Crytek.
Not
yet.
Crytek, yeah.
And so I feel like
I
they're
know,
trying to
right?
be like, hey, see, we can still make VR games that are like damn near lifelike graphics. Just, this isn't going to be like, I feel like it's just more of a tech demo so far, which is kind of what I was worried about. I felt like it was going to be more of a tech demo than a game,
Yeah.
but I also don't know too much about it. I'm excited about that one VR game where where you're the blind girl that's
Is that VR?
Oh, is that the?
It's gonna be VR,
That's
yeah.
where you're using the camera or something.
You sure that's
yeah,
VR?
that's VR. That was a VR game.
That's the scary game, right?
No,
No,
where
no.
you're the blind girl and
It's
you're. I
called
know a game
Echo
you're talking
Sound
about.
or something.
Is
like
that what it's called?
It's made by ex developers of that did the what's that underwater game. But why is it?
That came with the water. And...
Well, and then the little sisters and the big daddies. Why is that?
BioShock.
Oh my god, Bioshock!
yeah.
What the f-
The
How
ex developers of Bioshock.
Oh my God.
I don't know why that.
Oh, it's from, shit, what is the company?
See, right.
id Software.
No, it's 2K.
Irrational Games.
Rational Games, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
all
yeah.
disbanded to do
Well,
indie
they
games
shut
instead.
down and.
Well, no, they shut down doing titles like that to work on indie games.
But it was where you're like
I don't
the
know
blind
why,
girl and you're
but that's what
controlling
they did.
They didn't have a
like a
choice.
giant
They all
golem
got
or
laid
something.
off.
That's what it was called,
Yeah.
Golem. What Golem? Where
Golem!
Oh, Golem.
Golem.
That's
You're
what
talking
it
about
is!
Golem, yes.
Yeah, that game.
Okay,
that
I was talking
looks-
about a different game.
You were talking about the scary game, right?
No. There's another game that's
Where,
made by
where,
X.
where you're blind and you're
You're
followed by
actually
echolocation.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Yeah, that's not the game
That's
I'm
what I
talking
thought you
about.
were talking
I'm talking about
No,
the Golem game.
she's not blind in that, no.
Golem.
She is blind in Golem.
Is she? No,
Yeah.
I thought she was just a
She's
sorcerer.
wearing-
And it was just showing you that she could, like, see
She's blind.
through them. Really?
She's blind. I remember them
Okay.
talking about that game. She's blind, and that's the concept. Is she's controlling this golem through. I mean, she's blind. I
That looks cool.
remember them
Yeah.
pointing that out. That was one that I thought would be really cool, and because there's not a lot of third person VR games.
You played one.
and I want to
dumb.
see how a third-person VR game.
It's not
works.
great.
I know. I figured. I was like,
not.
everybody thinks first-person, so I'm like, I'm interested to see how that works.
All right,
But
I will.
that one looks pretty
I'll
cool.
throw it out there. I don't remember what it was called, but we all went to demo the Oculus, and they don't let you pick your games in this shit, and I hate it. I got the one third-person one where it starts out with like a bird's eye view, and then it like zooms down, and you see a man standing in front of you. And at first, I'm like, oh, I'm talking to this guy, but then I realize, oh, that's the back of my head.
It's
and then
ridiculous.
And then I just start, and you just run through this Arctic tundra looking for like your missing wife or something.
Forget
and
the
it's
name
just
of it.
not. It's meant to be
Missing
a really
Wife
scary
Simulator.
game, because the guy that was standing next to me was asked, like, when it was over, was just like, oh, so did you see this? Like, did this scare you? Like, blah blah blah. People always see this, and I'm like, it's kind of lame, bro. Sorry. Because there's this part where you like climb down a rope into like a deep, just like cavern is below you, and one of your flares falls out, and you just see like all this shit like crawl back out into the side, but then you notice your little dude just hanging there on the rope. Like, I wish I could like look down and be like, oh, shit, look at that. And I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
You're all stupid. Who thought of this?
I did.
It was Insomnia Games, creators of Spyro.
I'll give them one pass then. Just one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, I miss Spyro. I was
VR
thinking about that the other day. I kinda
VR
wanna
is
play it on
clearly
PS2.
something where
I think VR in general, we're all excited
think
about.
on the
This will be the
most
year.
excited for 2016 list, I think all of us can say VR.
Definitely.
Because this is the year that's finally becoming a thing.
absolutely.
It did just click, and maybe they have them. Well, they do need third-person games for people to get motions.
It's like you need to have those. I'm just
variety
interested because
games.
everyone, when you think VR, you think first person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what it was designed
If
for.
they can incorporate third person games in a cool aspect, I could see games like Tearaway being cool in VR.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because where you're looking at the camera and you're the sun, actually being that. I don't know. I feel like stuff like that could be interesting, but I feel like they're restricted for third person. So I'm interested to see how that golem thing works, because that looked cool. I like that concept.
And we'll at the end of this year, we'll look back at this video and see
what we were right
if we are right about games being good.
Mark was right. Hashtag Megan was right. Hashtag Oliver's right.
Hashtag Mark sucks.
Oh my gosh, can we make a tally chart at the end of the year?
Hashtag
We can, yeah.
See who guessed the best
It's
games.
on the record.
Hashtag Mavericks, No Man's Sky High.
I don't know how we're going to judge it, but...
We'll figure it out. We got a year to do it.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I don't need you.
Yeah, we'll be able to all
I don't
laugh at
need
him
you guys
about,
to play No Man's Sky, because if I put hours into it, then
All right.
Thanks for watching, you
Yeah.
guys.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it. If you want to join in on our conversation, we appreciate the comments. Our last video got comments.
our last video got comments.
We
got
got
comments.
comments.
I
I know
Comments
it's
yelling at Oliver.
It just makes me
Yes,
laugh.
I know. Maybe I will bring back the missing episode. We'll see.
Can we call it the missing episode?
We can call it the missing episode. Yes.
I get naked.
No,
in
rather
it.
than giving it a
does
number,
not.
give it a symbol or a letter. Episode
X.
Y.
We need to have a lot of missing episodes, and every single one needs to be a symbol, like an unknown from Pokemon. And every single
Oh my
one
god, it
needs to
should be like
something
a
different.
word scramble. They should each be just a letter, and you have to like arrange them.
It's going to be the Da Vinci
We'll
Code.
figure it out. So yeah, if you want to see more, watch our other videos or subscribe to the channel, and you'll continue seeing more of our videos. Other than that, you guys have anything else to say?
Like my Mavericks Animal Facts page on Facebook. Shameless plug. But search Mavericks Animal Facts if you want to learn about animals every Monday through Friday. Random animal every day. I'm your dude.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Love
See
y'all.
you guys.
Ooh,
Peace
our
out.
randomness.
Bye.
Just thank you.
Calm
I'll
down.
be back next episode.
He better be.